The day after Justin Trudeau announced his plan to step down as Prime Minister, he's now responding to new threats and barbs from the incoming U.S. president. Take a listen to what Donald Trump said today during a long and rambling press conference.
Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire Canada?
No. Economic force. Because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, and it would also be much better for national security.
Okay, let's bring in our Glen McGregor. And Glen, in Justin Trudeau's final months as PM, he's being forced to respond to Trump.
That's right. Today, Trudeau did post a message on X in response to these Trump comments saying, and I'm going to quote here, "There isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would ever become part of the U.S." Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly also posting a message saying Trump's remarks show a complete misunderstanding of Canada. But so far, that's it. That's the official reaction. And one of the concerns expressed when Justin Trudeau yesterday announced his plans to resign was how it would affect the Canada-U.S. relationship when you have essentially a lame duck prime minister responding to all these threats. Now, Trump's comments today show that he wasn't joking about his desire to see Canada become the 51st state or his threat to impose tariffs on Canadian goods. He said U.S. doesn't need Canadian dairy products or auto parts, and that he wants to see all U.S. cars made in Detroit, not presumably in Windsor or elsewhere in Ontario. The thing that really seems to be driving this is Trump's belief that a trade deficit with Canada amounts to what he calls a subsidy. It's not a subsidy. It just means that the U.S. imports more goods from Canada, mostly energy products, oil and gas, than we import from them. Now, as for a more forceful response from the government, well, there is consideration to releasing a list of U.S. products that the government will intend to hit with retaliatory tariffs if Trump proceeds, as it did during his first term. But it's now more clear than ever, Cynthia, that Trump is almost certain to make good on these threats once he's sworn in. And it may not really matter who is prime minister at the time he does.
Okay, and behind the scenes, while all this is happening, the Liberals have to pick a new leader. What's going on behind the scenes there?
Yeah, we're still waiting for the Liberal Party of Canada to lay out the rules for the leadership contest, and we expect the party officials, the party will send an official to speak with the Liberal caucus. 153 members are meeting tomorrow here in Ottawa. MPs will have a lot of questions about how the actual vote will occur, what the entry fee will be, whether current cabinet ministers would have to step down if they want to run, and who will be eligible to vote in the leadership contest. Now, most potential candidates are kind of waiting to see before they announce their candidacy. So far, only former Liberal MP Frank Baylis has declared that he's going to enter the race, and he's not really considered to be a favored candidate by any means. But once the ground rules are made clear, we expect to hear from the other contenders. Possibly Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc, maybe former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, possibly Melanie Joly, the Foreign Affairs Minister, maybe Francois Philippe Champagne, the Industry Minister, also apparently considering a bid. And then there was, of course, the former Governor of the Bank of Canada. Mark Carney says he's discussing with his family over the next few days, weighing his options for the future, and he's going to make a decision shortly. If he enters the race, Cynthia, he would almost certainly be considered the front runner.
Glen McGregor, a very interesting time in Canadian politics. Thank you.